Greetings, my dear Aquarius friend. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully you're doing well. It's been quite an incredible few days, and welcome you back to my channel. It is mid-March, and Mercury retrograded over, thank heavens. We will be working with the Great Mirror today. It's a situationship reading that will be covering the energies of you, someone else, and the mirror between you two. This is the Great Mirror. I will be working primarily from the Cartomanzia Italiana deck from 1983. It's a very beautiful deck from US Game Systems. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is for Aquarius, mid-March 2020. Please, my dear Aquarius, if you will, try to release any thoughts and become the observer. Relax, clear your mind, and let loose any tension in your body. Try to center, please. Thank you. Okay, this deck is ready. Victory is very close. It is not yet assured. There is tension going on before you reach there. We have Il Cinque di Bastoni, the Five of Bastoni, which is the staves energy. This talks about you in tension with mostly options. Something about your environment is filled with tension when it comes to you and others. And it could be that the person you are dealing with, your object of affection, may be dealing with this as well, some sort of vying for attention or control. So they've taken a rod, and they are certainly moving forward. This rod is to add to the foundation of what you guys have worked for, which is essentially a foundation of passion based on the 1111. Some great foundation of passion, assured passion, some very intense energy that is based on manifestation as well as passion. This person has a very fast energy, and they're moving towards you, who have been unfortunately stuck in a form of abandonment. They've come to rescue you in some sort of way. You've been waiting for a long time for this moment and have been under a great deal of tension yourself inside of your mind, and it's been a long time coming, sort of thing. There's something about this addition, though, that is a bit offensive. What they are trying to add to the foundation and trying to reach victory with you might not be enough, but it might just be. In the past, this person is walking away from the tension that might have existed between you two. There was a crossroads, and both of you parted ways in order to either avoid passion or start new passion somewhere else. And there is also a possibility that their road is somewhat leading to you again, who are now making a choice, but your choice has always been a bit unwavering, and there's something very fixed about your passions for this person, leading up to this Five of Pentacles, some sort of retribution or the need to find some sort of love and love's content and discontent, to finally break free from a feeling of control over certain circumstances and the lack of it. Okay? Um, so that is the energy. There's a lot of waiting, but then also passions that are volcanic between you and this person intends to play something of like a knight in shining armor or something like that. So I would be very cautious about what you end up doing, because they've essentially set you into a state of stagnation. This could be a new person as well. If it is a new person, they're here to rescue the hell out of you through some great and passionate thing, whatever that may be. This is your energy here. This is your energy. This is the energy of the object of your affection. Whoa. Super intense, man. Super intense. My dear Aquarius, only you could do this. Between you two, this is the mirror. Yep. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we still have that tension with the 5 of rods. Now, I'm going to clarify using an additional 9 cards from a different deck. And let me get that deck now. This is my illustrious 1890 deck, one of 2, the BP Gamal deck from Paris, France. And I shall use this to clarify. So yeah, what I'm seeing on the conscious level on your end is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Il Fante de Denari. And this talks about an offer that is being retracted from this energy, this ecosystem, whatever it may be. On the conscious level, you are self-representing yourself as someone who is not willing to budge in a certain way. There's a huge stagnant energy about creating something new here, especially in terms of commitment. You have moved away from this person's energy with that, but you are still caught wondering if that was the right choice, but you are firm. It's sort of a weird position to have a Page of Pentacles in reverse, considering a number of things. But Earth is always a slow-moving energy. It requires method, it requires time. It's also about cycles, so there's a cycle you're not willing to start with this person currently. And I need to know why. This is going to require a bit more than just one additional layer, so I'm going to add 2 cards per card here. Okay, there is potential for you to move on from this connection and to gain your power back with the Emperor card as well as the Chariot card here. There's something about you moving on. I think it's a very clear indication, because you would lose your power and you would lose your temper if you were to move back in a certain way. You're definitely taking the 2 steps forward, my dear Aquarius. They, on the other hand, have the Queen of Rods, and she is in reverse. As you can see, she is in reverse. And this Queen of Rods is very, very pissed off. She usually gets what she wants, and for some reason she's not getting it from you, though she has the intention to. But it's an energy not to be tampered with, because it's very volatile, it's very explosive, as I've mentioned before. There's an explosive quality to the rods that I'm reading into right now. Anything that has to do with passion must be treated with a great deal of respect, and your commitments lie elsewhere. They're not going to get an apology out of you for some reason. There's something about them being very pissed off and very much temperamental, very angry. It is because you have broken their hearts, or that they have broken your heart, and they weren't able to provide good boundaries. They've broken your boundaries or something like that. That's what I'm reading into it. It's possible that they tried to protect themselves from someone else as well, someone outside, and to parlay with them, but that might have broken their heart, something where it's heartbreak. And this person is operating because of heartbreak, because of a need for retribution, some sort of vengeance aspect, lots of anger on this side, okay? Between you two, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and it's moving away. There's a huge stagnant energy here. Um, there was an element of making a choice, but it was way too it was way too kind of ambivalent. Um, at the same time, there's an energy of trying to put magic or to energize the connection in a certain way, but there is a huge rigidity when it comes to the commitments of this. The commitments are not going to be there, at least for now. The knight is moving away and is moving away with the page elsewhere. It's very difficult, and this person even can't offer you that commitment because there still is a great block of heartbreak as well as anger on their end, and their inner child is really messed up. Um, yeah, and somehow I think you co-created this. Somehow I think you both were set into a position of co-creating this stagnant energy, and it's really affected you, especially to the point where you are motivated to take the chariot and your power back and to move away from this connection. Okay, that's all on the conscious level, which is like the sort of third dimension, what's going on, and excuse me, I have to take my sweater off. Right, and yeah, it's certainly is a clear indication that there's a movement elsewhere, and it's moving towards your energy. So you're getting a lot of focus, and there's a lot of spotlight on you. But there also is a need for you to commit to yourself, not to spread your resources, to get healthy again. Something like this is really important for you by disengaging from that very toxic, almost fiery energy that is explosive, and I just can't have enough of that. I mean, well, that, and I just can't have any more of that sort of thing. My dear Aquarius, we're moving on to the magical realm. This is the subconscious realm. This is what we will to be. This is what we think and program into our thinking, and then it becomes secondary in nature, almost reptilian. Anyways, this is very much what you guys are trying to bring into reality. This is what you're trying to move up and bring into reality. There's something here on their end where they want to start. They have a huge explosive element. This person is very, I don't know who you're dealing with, but there's so much fire and so much pent up energy and emotion. Um, it's that inner child. It's that need to just, it's so pent up. It's like pent up sexual energy. They have a huge block in their sacral zone, and they need to let that out somehow. Um, but anyway, it's the Ace of Rods in reverse, and this indicates impotence as well as the inability to manifest. Somehow they want this, like, it's so strange, man. This person has like some baggage, or they. I mean, that's really dismissive of me to say that, but there's like the Five of Rods plus the Seven of Rods. Once, oh no, the Nine of Pentacles. So there is something that is unhealthy about this, and they want to. Apparently, they just want to have a secret passionate thing with you. That's how I can really interpret that, because that's the only way I see it. They want to initiate a passion that is low key, but also very explosive. This is also the Mistress card, the the Queen of Rods can be read as someone as a mistress. That's what a lot of readers say. I guess that could be here, could be. Yeah, so there's a lot of tension, and they want to bring a fight. And somehow this will make them healthy with the Nine of Pentacles. This will make them feel abundant somehow. The more fight they have, the more anger they have, the more suppressed anger that they can vent out. on you that will make them feel better. It's a very corrupt seed, this one. Um, on the opposite side, my dear Aquarius, we have the the Eight of Rods in the upright, le otto de bastoni. Um, Whoa. Okay. So there's a lot of communication here. My God, Aquarius, your reading is so interesting, so unique. I mean, the energy is really. This is something I've never seen before. Um, and I do a lot of readings. Okay, so we have. Whoa. Okay, there's something incredible happening here. One of your pentacles in this feeling of isolation, because the Five Pentacles came up with your pre-read as well. There's something about this abandonment issue where they left you or you left them, and there was a feeling of disintegration between you two. Karma is having a huge effect on this, and you are either going to find more structure or find balance after karma has taken effect. After actually, what you want to do, very strangely, is communicate with them in particular, and to find through them this passionate communication. They also want to communicate with you, but then more on like a manifestation level. Somehow they want to explode upon you, or secretly share with you a passionate sort of manifestation of energy with you. There's something very energetic here too. There's a lot of fire here, and there's this feeling of like imbalance, or of individuality when it comes to the pentacle cycles here, as well as the need to express passions and to converse through passions, through the energy of anger or power or manifestation, anything that has to do with fire. There's a lot of fire here, but there also is something very karmic about this situation. And once the wheel turns, and I have a feeling it will turn soon, you have the motivation to make communication, or to start make communication to others. It doesn't have to be this person, but to make communication to the external world, in order to find a way out of abandonment, to shift the scales of what you think will make you feel healthy, either to the Six of Pentacles, or back down to the Four of Pentacles. If you go back in time with this person and sacrifice a pentacle with them, the one that's been offered here but not offered, there is a possibility that you would find a sense of home with them, some sort of structure, and it will be a structure that is based on loss, um, as well as a structure that is like kind of like a tower, um, but then a tower rebuilt and then refortified. There's something like that. The tower hasn't come up, but there's something of that feeling, okay? And it's just up to this wheel, because as you can see, the wheel is much like a pentacle itself in this deck especially. Sorry, it's really difficult for you to see this, but the wheel is right there, and then the Five Pentacles is here. Once you add the wheel to the five, or you subtract one of the five, then there's a possibility to find balance in some sort of commitment with this person, okay? I don't know, but I mean, I don't know if their energy is to be trusted, because there's a lot of fire, and it's suppressed fire. When fire is suppressed like that, it either burns out, or it generates so much heat that it essentially explodes. You know, it's all about compression and decompression, as well as I don't know, like it's just, there has to be communication. I'm not seeing very many swords other than the Two of Swords here, as well as the Three of Swords. Something you said to this person really took them down a notch, and they're looking for a type of retribution, to feel healthy again, to start something with you, either a fight or a steamy sort of celebration in bed or something like that. Between you two here on the manifestation level is the most important thing, which is, yeah, it's the Hierophant, Il Papa, the Pope, and it's in reverse. So it's very interesting, because this card in particular has a lot of people worshiping the Pope. Usually it's just two or three, but there are four of them. One of them's a traitor. One of them doesn't believe in the faith. Anyways, the Pope is in reverse, so the Hierophant is in reverse. Both of you are trying to manifest this, some sort of. Um, I think the person you're dealing with wants to have just a passionate sort of flare up, and so do you, in a way. No commitments, no strings attached, especially when it comes to karmic strings. You're trying to avoid the hell out of that, even though you know that there's going to be some sort of balancing out with whatever it is. There also is a strong indication that you could be offering your commitments to someone else or something else. Um, if not, then there is a possibility that you could have union with this person, one that is based, like a commitment that is based on non-commitment. It's very strange, but there also is that possibility. Below you, there is the Queen of Swords as well as the Three of Cups. There's a lot of emotion going behind this union that is based on disunion, this connection that is based on something that is spiritual more than anything. Um, there is a great deal of joy to be had if this can occur, this connection, but it's one that is like defying the gods or defying the higher power. It's really difficult because there is this element of defiance as well as rebellion against like the status quo. You could be going against a great deal of karma or fate or spiritual belief in order to achieve this union. And not only that, there is a feeling that you or they are being quite defensive with the Queen of Swords energy here. There's a need to protect oneself from happiness in a way. It's very strange. Only you, Aquarius, only you, because only you would understand this. And I find Aquarius to be extremely interesting individuals, very unique, highly eccentric. So I expect nonetheless from you. Let me know in the comments if any of this resonates. If not, thank you. I appreciate it. So, on the soul level between you two, there is temperance in reverse. There's a lack of patience here. You're not, and that's funny because temperance can also be your card. It is the water bearer, she who bears water, right? That's Aquarius. It could also be Sagittarius. I don't see why it would be Sagittarius. I think it's more Aquarius in this reading. She has the sun behind her to guide her, as well as she's standing on a very beautiful. Sorry, she's standing on a very beautiful sphere as well as a triangle. There's something about union as well as there's something about triangles here, maybe perhaps a love triangle or something. To convert this energy and then bring it into a new alchemy, a new healing form, but it requires a lot of patience. There's a lack of patience here, and I need to know why. Okay. All right. So there is a karma here that has to do with you and this person being very impatient, especially this person. This person has no patience whatsoever. But, you know, they also have the Hanged Man in reverse, so that requires a lot of patience as well. I could be wrong. Maybe there is something about a connection that is spiritual here that has to do with karma. And yeah, and there is a possibility for resurrection of a type of this situation where healing has to occur, but then people jump the gun too much, and then the karma is to be more patient and let the universe take over, something like that. There's some sort of great fate here that has to do with the transmutation of the energy that you guys share, the love, so to speak, and then to redefine what that love is. This person is very passionate, this one, and these passions tend to burn both of you because there's a lot of anger and repressed sort of energy here. Lots of Leo, Sagittarius, as well as Aries energy on this side here. On their side, on the soul level, there is the Hanged Man in reverse. They've learned something through this connection that is quite profound, and they're trying to share that with you. But they kind of look like David Bowie, and they're tied up, and it's just really weird. So this is a very interesting Hanged Man in that he has two rods around him. So he's finally making that choice once he wakes the fuck up, or he gets over his emotional sort of blocks, something like that, after going through a spiritual quest. This person is truly learned, but only through the experiences of getting burned or burning others. And why? Yeah, There's that Rod's energy again. They like it. They find victory in burnouts. They find victory in the burden of trial and tribulation. And once they let that down, then they feel accomplished somehow. They finally feel like they've ejaculated spiritually over someone else, and then that's like it. This is a very interesting person you're dealing with. They tend to make a lot of choices, and choices in different directions, but both of them give them a hard on, something like that. They also have they have like anger management sort of issues. They need to take care of that, and there's a lot of other things in it, and it's just quite incredible. Whoever you're dealing with is quite striking, and I expect nonetheless from you, my dear Aquarius. We have the Four of Swords on your end on the soul level. So there's been restlessness, once again, some sort of economy of trying to regenerate something, and then, I don't know, you over processing the connection, knowing that there's a great deal of connection with you, and that through the person you're dealing with is going to be great sex as well as the possibility of transformation. There's a lot of sleepless nights over this energy. In the dream world especially, there's a cycle of transformation that occurs there that can be very helpful for you, and you might wake up and have that aha moment. But there is, generally speaking, through this connection, you need to recharge and regroup away from them so that you can heal up after a Three of Swords energy. Right now they're going through it, but you've been going through that since the day you met them. Um, this need because of the past life sort of energy of them sort of representing death to you and moving away, something like that. There's an abandonment issue that is strong here, especially with the Five of Pentacles, leading up to a type of communication that triggers you, and then you guys go on a cycle of this spiritual journey, and then there's some crazy need to be patient, but then there's no patience, and then somebody wakes the hell up and then tries to get you, but you're just sleeping. They wake you up, and then the cycle starts all over again. So there is advice to be had here, and that is to take your love and give it to those who are potentially going to, yes, to save you from entrapment of certain thoughts that are cycling in your head. These drive you really intensely mad, and they make you regress in a certain way on your love style, but then you are on your way to love, never fear. Love that will teach you a great deal about trying to balance out the secrets of love in general, and trying to look through the veil of options, finding balance, and then hopefully finding a way to communicate how to find this balance to others. Okay? There's a process of maturity here leading to a great karmic cycle that is based on the infinity as well as cycles of positive and negative. It's all a wave to you, and there's something about this that will help you learn a very hard lesson that has to do with the secret about balancing after tumultuous tower moments that are based on love, and there's a possibility that you are constantly learning how to break these cycles in order to teach others as well as to hopefully communicate to others on the merits of true commitments. Commitments to cycles, especially ways of perceiving time and space, flowing accordingly, and becoming truly a master. Okay? That is your reading, my dear Aquarius. Hopefully that made a bit of sense. I am innocent. Um, Please do not flame me for just reading cards. Take what you will, and if you would like a reading, I can accommodate that. Otherwise, I shall see you in April for the Three Portals reading, and I wish you a very blessed March. Peace, namaste, and see you soon. Bye-bye.